So we're back with yet another episode of Shondesh with Ghosh, and we've got political strategists. That's become a bad word, but I'm going to talk to you about that. But this is Shondesh. This is typical Bengali or a Punjabi, and Punjabis will not have this.
Why?
They're very cynical about mithai. They think कि हमारा जो है that's the best.
See, हमारा best हो सकता है, but इसका मतलब ये तो नहीं कि आपका अच्छा नहीं हो सकता.
See, that's a nice way to say it. Okay, nice. I'm going to start off with Karnataka, because you have been, in a sense, I saw it as a shadow of DK Shivkumar. So much so, I'll be very candid, there were times when we used to get very irritated that why is he pushing him so much? Were you disappointed when he was not made the CM, or were you confident कि उनका time आएगा?
To be honest, I always had an impression that he might not get the first chance. But the kind of efforts that he had put in, that could not have been ignored, whether in short run or long term. So I was absolutely confident that his time will come. Not that after he's become, we are talking about it, and it might sound that after he's become I can say these things, but off the record and in last 3 years we've been conversing with you and other people off the record, that his hard work could not have been ignored. And another thing is that he himself has coined a phrase which he likes to use very, very emphatically, that there has to be royalty to loyalty.
Okay. So he's calling himself loyal, so there has to be a loyalty.
Who can not call him loyal? Who can not call him loyal?
That's true, but in the party, Congress, I don't think you like them too much now, but in the Congress there's a long list of leaders who have been loyal, but they have not been paid back.
See,
so there was a possibility that DK would not have been with the CM.
See, every case is a different case. Every state is a different state. The arrangements are different. The circumstances are different. Vis-a-vis Karnataka and Mr. Shivkumar, the kind of stress that he went through when he was jailed, when he was arrested. And it is very easy to say, Pallavi, that on one side you are being offered jail, on the other side you are being offered something which is quite opposite to it. And to reject something which could have been a passage to a free world or a plush position.
BJP offering him?
Yeah, that is what he has said on record.
Yes.
That he had offers from BJP and he could have avoided jail. But he chose to go to jail and fight out his own battle. So I think that is a one-off. And with the times that have been in the last 10 years, there has been a lot of chatter about the way agencies have been used against the opposition parties, and how those leaders, the ones against whom the agencies have been used, how they have been, the recent case as you've seen in Aam Aadmi Party's 7 MPs. So considering everything, I think he stands a notch above everyone else. And with the hard work that he brings in, I have never seen him reject anything just because he thinks it might not happen. He will give it 100% effort to whatever the requirement is, whether it is for the party, whether it is for the government. He will always try his best. I have never seen him rejecting a proposal on the table. He will try. He will think, he'll try. He might not succeed, it's not a 100% success rate, but seldom I have seen him getting off the table without striking a deal or without getting the job done.
So why do you think it took the Congress 3 years to make him the CM? Why not earlier?
I think it is a wise call. It's a
By the party?
Yes, I think it is a wise call. Because Mr. Siddaramaiah is a very tall leader in the state of Karnataka, not just in the Congress party. In the state of Karnataka, he is a tall leader, and he has had a good administrative run in his last innings. So that could not have been ignored. And then Mr. Shivkumar also required probably, I think, some time to work, one, under the shadow of Mr. Siddaramaiah. Second, there was a huge mandate. And when you have a bigger mandate, the problems people see from outside are less, but the problems get multiplied. Because the aspirations, the requirements, demands of many people can't be accommodated. And I think these 3 years have been a good training ground for him to understand what the requirements of MLAs are, what state requires, what he has been able to do and what he's not been able to do. Because sometimes I have heard him expressing his frustration for not being able to implement certain ideas which he probably would now be able to implement.
Why? Because he was not the CM.
Because he was not the CM, and there are constraints. As a chief minister, as the head of the government, the chief minister also has to see that how the budgetary allocations go to every department and how ministers' requirements are addressed. So at the end of the day, even if he was a deputy chief minister, he is a minister in the cabinet. The constitution doesn't recognize a deputy chief minister. That is a political call these days. So I've seen him expressing his frustration. Now let's see that how he's able to implement those ideas. But regarding your question, I think the party did the wise thing. They stabilized the ship. They didn't want to rock the ship, and I think they learned from their previous probably. I would not say mistakes. I would say history that they
Punjab.
had.
But Punjab mein mistake tha, it was very close to elections. This time round, would you say they are at least been smarter? Because you have 2 years
I'll
left
tell
to
you
go.
that there are a lot of dissimilarities between Punjab in terms of execution this time, and a lot of similarities in the situation. In Punjab also they had a brute mandate. They won 78, I think, and then they went up to 80, 81 with the by-elections. And if I remember correctly, Amrinder had almost 75 of them supporting him.
But
throughout.
towards the end, they started
Throughout,
speaking
I'm
out.
coming to that. Throughout, they were supporting him. And Amrinder was winning every by-election. So much so that in the 2019 parliament elections, Congress party, I think, scored 8 out of 13 seats. So Amrinder was the king over there. But then once MLAs saw that he's losing the grip over the ground or probably the public memory, and MLAs started slowly drifting away. What it created was a situation in which the MLAs, I would say, pressurized the High Command to bring in a change. And that because the MLAs were wanting a change, they did not have a clear face who they wanted to support. Outside assumptions can be as many, but I know from inside that there was not a clear face that the MLAs were supporting, the dissenting ones or the ones who were not thinking that Amrinder would be able to lead them to the next victory. It took a year. And by the time the change came, it was too close to the elections. So it is unfair to judge Mr. Channi's tenure or his time as chief minister in those 3 months. In 3 months, you don't even get to know who the officers in different departments are. Now here, there are still 2 years to go. Secondly, there has been no such pressure from the MLAs in which the High Command had to take a step under duress. So they were able to stabilize things. Kerala got over. They got what they stabilized the ship there as well. And now they can run some things which they would want to do through Mr. Shiv Kumar or through the ministry or through the cabinet. I think you will see the reflection of their imprint in the cabinet formation as well.
So you think Rahul Gandhi is finally smartened up? Kerala, then going with Vijay in Tamil Nadu, and now, of course, this change of guard in Karnataka.
You have to give credit, Pallavi, where it is due. They have learned from the past. In Chhattisgarh, a state where it was assumed that Congress is going to win. But eventually what happened, we all saw. And there also the long-standing feud of whether the chief minister is going to be changed or not changed, etc., went on till 5 years. And in Rajasthan also there was, you know how it was. Madhya Pradesh example we know. But they learned from there. And from Punjab. And history is the best teacher, as we all know.
So which brings me to this question, that if you're saying that they've learned, now they've done Karnataka, that tick mark ho gaya. Now what about other states? The one state I'm going to watch out for is Rajasthan. You worked with Mr. Ashok Gehlot, so I know where your feelings are going to be there. But there is this demand that next time round, why not give it to a younger face, someone like a Sachin Pilot, who actually many people start comparing him to DK, though I know you won't agree. But he's also waiting, right? He's also talking about loyalty. And he's also been sent every election to campaign for, whether it's MCD or anything. You think the Congress now should bite that bullet? Forget for a minute that you worked for Mr. Gehlot.
First of all, I must set the record straight that I got to Rajasthan because of Mr. Pilot.
Yeah, I've heard that story actually.
I worked with Mr. Pilot in 2018 elections. After that, I again worked with him during Bharat Jodo Yatra before I finally worked with Mr. Gehlot. So I need to set the record straight. I worked with Mr. Pilot twice in Rajasthan. Now, about the leadership phase, which phase should be projected or not projected, I think it should be all based on, and Congress party is putting in a lot of infrastructure to have ground assessment mechanism ready. And I think that mechanism came handy for them in Kerala at least, in which they, according to public perception, took a right call. Similar
You
calls,
don't think so?
I think I think this is a public perception was for Mr. Sadisan, and I think that they did the right thing according to me. That mechanism will come to them for Rajasthan as well. And in Rajasthan, I still see Mr. Gehlot as the most popular leader in what my assessment on the ground is. Now, age may not be on his side in cliched terms.
No, but you know the thing with politicians, the older they go and when it comes very close to pass, suddenly they become very active.
He is still active. He's moving around. He's doing what he is.
Yeah, he's a very astute politician, no doubt
And
about it.
he's still active. He's in the I would say not if the best of health, but he's in the pink of health, and he's doing what he's required to do. But who the face should be or not be, we all know that Congress party is not supposed to do that. Congress party has not done that in the past. They generally try to go with a collective leadership and then try to bring the mandate to their table and take a collective call or whatever it is. Yes, there is a requirement for, I would say not new but fresher faces.
Mr. Pilot can't be that.
Vijay coming to power in Tamil Nadu is the biggest example, which every political party should be wary of.
Why?
They might. I'll give you an example. In 2022, when Aam Aadmi Party won 92 seats in Punjab, it was again being seen as an aberration. गलती से जीत गए. बहुत सारा anti-incumbency इसलिए जीत गए. I mentioned then also, it is not an aberration. It is a rejection of the established political
I agree
houses.
with you, yeah.
Not parties, political houses. There are political houses in every political party these days. Those political houses are not going to be accepted any further from today onwards. When I say today means current times. This phenomena which we have seen in last few days on internet about.
I was going to come to you about the cockroach party. Yeah.
It is not just someone wanting to dissent against the government. It is an equal reflection and mirror to the opposition as well. That despite of such angst, so to say, against the government, they are ready to support a probably, I would say mildly, a non-serious phenomena than in comparison to an established political party which has grassroots, workers, organizations and governments in states. They're not happy with that part. So I think there is a requirement for fresher faces to be out. Mr. Pilot, if you keep asking, of course he is a youngster. In comparison to the people available, he has captured the imagination of people and that is why he's in the reckoning. No one can deny that fact. But I would still say that, see, in these last 4 elections, if you see one common thing, the Gen Next in all 4 elections have been rejected. Udinidhi, Abhishek, so to say, Mr. Vijayan's son-in-law. In Assam, Gaurav Gogoi was there. People don't want to see the faces who they think that are trying to drive the politics because they have
a lineage, a legacy.
They would want to see someone who they are willing to trust, a person like Vijay. No discredit to him. He has worked hard towards it. He is an established film star and he's worked his way upwards towards the chief minister's position. But still, he is not a person who is proven in political arena. His time has come now. He'll be able to prove it now. When Delhi happened for Aam Aadmi Party, at that time also they were also new phenomena. Over the period, they won 3 elections and he went on to, Mr. Kejriwal went on to become chief minister for 3 times. People want to see, they don't want to see 100 car cavalcades anymore. Because he is someone's son or he's someone's son-in-law or grandson. People want that if you want our vote, you should be one from amongst us. So this phenomena will be, you will see in coming elections that whether it is an established political formation or a new political formation, there will be still some new faces you will see that people will be supporting.
So then this brings me to the question of Rahul Gandhi, because he obviously belongs to a legacy. Let's not talk about his failures, we all have covered it. He belongs to a legacy. Do you think then this puts him at a disadvantage now, given the scene?
See, Mr. Gandhi has been in the public domain for 20 years now almost. And he has seen and gone through a lot. I think the steps now you see, the ones who you see now, are probably more acceptable to the people who are not with the government. in comparison to 5 years ago. He is the leader of the largest political opposition party. He has been campaigning, has done the Bharat Jodo Yatra, and he's tried to do what he can do. And with these political moves that are happening in the recent past, Kerala or Karnataka, and probably you will see some change of guards in other states and PCC presidents also, I think that will also pave the way forward with how people see him. But this cockroach party or likes of that phenomena should worry the opposition more.
Are you a political strategist for the cockroach party?
No, I'm not. They don't need. They have done a phenomenal job by capturing the imagination of.
But you know, they don't have a party. So do you think parties like them can also sustain itself?
It is just a handle's name. They are not forming a political party, as I see.
So maybe they are waiting for you because he's coming here. Now you spoke about pink of health. What is this obsession you have with the pink color? Because it's been a winning color. You know, I saw that happening in Maharashtra. And our condolences to you, of course, for Mr. Ajit Pawar, because I know we've seen you working closely with him. The pink color there was a very sellable property. I saw that happening in Rajasthan. I don't think you did it with DK.
With DK, we had a yellow color.
Oh, yellow color. I'll come to that a little later. Why the pink? I mean, and I'm asking is that in terms of capturing the narrative, is pink a winnable color? Because everyone tends to think pink is very cliche. It's got to do with women wearing pink.
No, see, my thoughts have never been around promotion in a particular gender only. For Rajasthan, the pink color was because I found it pink, not pink city. When we went to Rajasthan, because we have to, we are supposed to be the people who are supposed to design or advise on communication strategies about what is happening around more. So when you are thinking on those lines, you try to see what can work and what can't work in our assessment, whatever limited assessment we have. So the thing which attracted me towards pink in Rajasthan was that Rajasthan is a state of colors. Yes. You see bright turbans, bright colors, the women are dressed up in bright colors. So I thought, why the Congress party should run a boring white color campaign? If they have to run a campaign, it should be something vibrant. So in that, because we were sitting in Jaipur, it is called a pink city, which you hardly find any pink. So pink was something which came to our mind, and we suggested and we designed everything around it, and it worked. Vis-a-vis Maharashtra, actually it was not the pink color there. It was a shade of mauve, which Mr. Pawar was wearing the day he was delivering the budget. The Ladki Bahin Yojana, the day he was delivering the budget, he was wearing on his own, because that budget speech was delivered without me having to advise him what he should be wearing or not. In any case, he never used to listen to such things from anyone. No one could ever dare advise him also on these things. So we were the smallest party over there. Ajit Pawar was NCP was the smallest party over there, and he was but the finance minister. And their party was the one who had faced the biggest setback in the parliament. They won 1 seat out of 4. The strike was a 25%. So we wanted the attention to come to him, his party, to benefit from the scheme, and that is from where the idea of pink came in. Initially, my idea there was some other color.
Which one was that? Now you can tell us.
That color was a shade of mauve only, but it was not exactly the pink. But this jacket gave us the idea, our team the idea basically. It was the idea of one of our senior team members that this is something which we should look in, and then around it everything was designed.
So why yellow for DK Shiv Kumar?
It is a Karnataka flag color, and it was not exactly yellow over the entire campaign, but yes, it was prominently used. He did wear pink with the day this scheme was launched. This Greh Lakshmi, the 1500 rupees.
It's a cliche though. You know.
No, that color was. See, Priyanka ji came to launch that guarantee, and she was by chance wearing a pink suit as well that day. By chance.
Yeah, by chance, the politics
no. It was that way. We had requested Mr. Shiv Kumar to wear a pink jacket. He did. That was actually the same color. It so happened that when Priyanka Gandhi got off the car and saw DK wearing that baby pink color, I was like, DK, you and me are wearing the same color. We are joining today.
Okay, before I move on to other quick questions, before we start winding up, you know, what I'm also seeing going viral, and I'll be very honest about it. I think I kind of appreciate it also, because I think netas don't need to be pretentious. He's being trolled and questioned about, you know, being very bindas about his Gucci's and LV's and Burberry's and all. Have you at any point of time felt that this is not how he should be dressed? Have you ever told him this, that this will not gel with the mass kind of an image? Let's be candid.
Even if I have told him, why would I tell you now?
Okay. Did he ever resist if anyone would tell him, why are you dressing like this?
He never,
Or you think it's
he never
okay?
resists anything. It is contrary to the popular belief what his image is presented in the media or seen as, that he's a tough guy, he's a strong man. Inside, I'll tell you, if you know him personally and you travel with him, you be with him, he's a child. He's a child at heart. So soft at heart. Once I was traveling, I've told this story to many people, but on record probably the first time, that we were traveling once to some rural place in Karnataka, and someone sent him something to eat. He read it and he showed it to me that this is being advised, should I tweet? So it was not very, I mean, it was innocuous. I said, okay, fine, we can tweet also, we can. He said, no. I like it when you say no to me. Because everyone around says yes to me. And that is something which won me over, because that is only a sign of a secure person inside.
Correct.
Otherwise, around, I've worked with many people, I mean, from all generations, as you know. But this is a sign of a very secure person who says, no, you please. And you will hear this line from him very often. If you will meet him also and you will give him some advice, he will end the conversation by saying, madam, you have to guide me. How many politicians have you heard saying this to anyone? No. Madam, no, you have to guide me on this. You have to guide me on this. Very often he uses, and he doesn't use it loosely. He uses it where he sees that, yes, the other person also might have something to offer. And this is his trait.
There's another incident, if I can tell you about it, and this is something we were told, that when he came out of jail, and when he was in jail, he was in touch with a large number of people who were poor guys who were not even getting a chance for a hearing because there was no lawyer for them. So when he came out of jail, apparently, no, not apparently, I know this for a fact, that he actually hired the services of lawyers so that they could get some legal help. So there's those little nuggets beyond the Guccis and the LVs. Okay, now I'm going to shift focus to being a political strategist. You just said you worked with a lot of people. Who's been the toughest and who's been the easiest? Toughest as in, no, to convince. People are a little...
Pallavi, I have yet not retired from this. I am not the one who would say that I am leaving this space for now. I'm very much here. So I would rather not take names and retire prematurely. If you want me to do that, then I may take names.
Okay, who's the easiest?
I have found everyone easy to work with.
Who's been the most challenging assignment for you? In terms of, I'm not talking in terms of the person, but in terms of a situation which you thought could be a tough state to win, but you managed to do a turnaround in that sense.
Karnataka was very tough. I was a North Indian person.
Okay. But the BJP was in power, so it should have been easy for the Congress to come back.
No, it was, for me personally, it was very challenging.
You know Kannada now? No. You understand?
I understand Kannada. I have been taking Kannada classes. I can communicate in Kannada if required to save my life. But Karnataka was very tough because it was a state where North Indians are not very easily accepted for them to tell what needs to be done. So I remember my initial days, initial few weeks, and rather months in which I was being looked on at very differently, that how can a North Indian come and dictate and tell terms to us. But thankfully, Mr. Shivkumar had complete confidence, even for the fact that till then I had not been able to prove anything in Karnataka. He might have heard things about me, and that is why we associated. But once things got started, I thought it would be very smooth, but I would face this challenge everywhere because it was a new culture. You can't just go and say that politically read on a theory and a whiteboard and write the strategy over there. You have to understand the culture, and Karnataka is a big state, 7 divisions, 7 different cultures to be. Bangalore is different. So Karnataka was very, very challenging, and we had a lot of time. So that was an asset in a way, but longer the time, the longer the journey and longer the hardships.
See, you're not going to give me names because I asked you the most toughest assignment. I think it was the Congress party. I met you the first time through that Nyay campaign, which I really think was a very, very winning, it could have been a winning campaign. When you look back, what do you think was wrong with the Congress party at that point? Because this was a good campaign which could have actually won them.
I've always believed.
I can just start. Sorry to interrupt you. Someone from the BJP told me कि अगर हमारे पास आ जाता ना तो हमारे चार चांद लग जाती, something like that. Yeah.
See, I have always believed in the power of positive campaigning. Positive campaigns win you elections. Negative campaigns get you headlines. When the Nyay campaign was launched, one, it was very late. Second, alongside there was a negative campaign also going on related to Rafale, etc. So the louder the noise, people are always more interested in listening to the noise which is negative in nature rather than positive in nature. For positive campaign to succeed, you need to bring every focus to that particular campaign. It was late in the day. Probably that idea was too early to be.
Or Rahul Gandhi didn't listen to you?
No, I was not advising him on that. It was,
You were advising the party.
It was a
party
whole
was not
team.
listening.
By the time they all came in sync, it was too late. The committee system was creating bureaucratic hurdles, and I was amazed at the first meeting when I was working with them that one meeting was at Mr. Sam Petroda's house, in which the three people who were assigned different roles for the campaign in 19 were asked to come. The other two people were advertising agencies. I didn't know what conversation to have with them. I was thinking on political lines and they were thinking on editorial lines. And I think for 2 phases they were not even able to get the slogans out. So it was late in the day, and election campaigns had changed by then. Party was late to realize that fact. They have realized now and they are reaping the benefits. Rarely so, but still they are. At least they are in that mode of starting their electioneering a year or 2 in advance. Otherwise, the elections always used to start after the announcement of the dates. So by then the elections are over. The elections don't start then. The elections are over. And the game BJP is trying to make out these days, they have to keep catching up rather than being one up. They would want to be one up, but for now I still see that they are catching up, but they're in the right direction.
Okay, now I'm going to ask you one question. I really want you to be candid. We are talking about West Bengal, and in West Bengal, one of the reasons for victory has been put on the IPAC. And that has triggered off an entire argument and discussion is that do politicians make a mistake of relying too heavily on political strategists? Because I saw it happening in Bengal because I am from there. So I would notice IPAC started dictating who the ticket should go to. Even someone like a Mamata Banerjee being told that you should campaign like this, you should dress like this, so and so, which people found it very alarming because Mamata Banerjee is different. She's a street politician. You think sometimes political strategists overdo it? And in the case of Bengal, do you think that is what has happened? You're going to be candid about it. Otherwise, you're going to have to eat all the Shondesh.
No, I would avoid eating Shondesh.
So then you have to be candid.
See, first, political consultancies don't win elections. Elections are won by parties. Yes, elections are won by parties. No matter how big a political consultancy, they can only add value. They can only add to what the current infrastructure is or try to see that where the loopholes are or where the misses are, and they try to plug those gaps. Vis-a-vis Bengal, I would say whether a particular political agency was working or not, in both scenarios the election was won by BJP and lost by TMC. And you are a Bengali, I don't need to tell you more about it, that how the 15 years anti-incumbency was being seen, not particularly against the chief minister, but against the party and the leadership which was on the ground. That could not have been curtailed unless she was ruthless in different ways. The corruption had seeped in. The corruption had reached the common man. The difference between a Bengal model or many other states which BJP runs is that even despite of corruption allegations, people on the ground are seldom found complaining about corruption. That you will find if you go to Gujarat. Gujarat is being run by them for last 3 decades. But you will rarely find people in Surat or Ahmedabad or Vadodara talking about Rajkot, talking about corruption on the street, that I have to do something, I have to get something done and I have to pay off such bribe. So corruption always is an issue in an election only till the time common man feels that I am being robbed. And when I say robbed, doesn't mean that their pockets are being picked. It means that they feel that मेरा हक किसी और को चला गया क्योंकि उसने पैसे दे दिए. तब तक करप्शन कभी मुद्दा नहीं होती इलेक्शन के अंदर. लोगों को लगता है कि करप्शन बहुत बड़ा मुद्दा होती है, तब तक इलेक्शन में मुद्दा नहीं होती करप्शन. और उसमें कोई भी पॉलिटिकल कंसल्टेंसी क्या कर सकती थी? मैं उनको डिफेंड नहीं कर रहा हूं ना, मैं ये कह रहा हूं कि पॉलिटिकल कंसल्टेंसी वो कर सकती थी. हाँ, हो सकता है कुछ कैंपेन के तरीके नए हो सकते थे, बट उसमें व्हाट आई सी इज दैट 1, देयर वाज अ लॉट ऑफ एरोगेंस. 2, there was nothing fresh to offer, even for likes of Mamata. She thought that what she has done is enough for her to bring back the votes. There was a lot of talk about women votes supporting her because she has done enough for them. But from my little experience, I know that एक स्कीम कभी आपको 2 बार इलेक्शन नहीं जिता सकती. जब राम मंदिर 92 में जन्मभूमि यात्रा के बाद बीजेपी को राम मंदिर बनाने के बाद अयोध्या नहीं जितवा पाया, तो एक स्कीम 2 बार कभी किसी को कोई इलेक्शन नहीं.
So what would you have suggested to her if she would have called you up and said, give me one idea? Now you can say, yeah, who knows?
I would have certainly tried to bring in a lot of freshness in whatever they were doing. What I saw from far off and whatever little our team traveled over there was that it was all the same. And the same is in the past. Vote is always for the future. What is new? What is something which people can go to the voting to the polling booth and think of polling for?
I agree with you because she tried to play the same card about victimhood in 2026, which she played in 2021. It doesn't work. But do you think political strategists should contest elections?
Why not? Everyone has the right.
One person I know is resigned as political strategist.
Constitution has given rights to every Indian citizen to contest elections post a certain age. Why not?
So why do you think PK got 0? Ab to political strategist nahi hai, he's a politician, so now you can talk about another politician.
I think that his brand of politics, Bihar was not ready for it.
No, but then I see, when you just spoke to me about this cockroach party and a different idea and Vijay, don't you think PK was actually trying to address that constituency? Because when I traveled, I did see the crowds were coming.
Pallavi, I gave this answer to you. I'll repeat it in this context.
Okay, you did. Okay. So now we're talking in the context of PK.
I'm talking in the context of question.
No, I'm talking in the context of PK, so I take
whatever the question is, I'm talking in the context. Why did cockroach party phenomena succeed? The cockroach party phenomena succeeded because there is lack of credibility in the faces around what people see. That credibility test every leader contesting has to pass. So the name you are taking, whether it was Prashant or there was anyone else, you imagine Mr. Nitish Kumar. Did he campaign in Bihar elections? How much did he campaign? His health was being questioned for. Still the credibility level was so high that a youngster like Tejasvi Yadav, visibly putting in more hard work, was not able to capture the imagination. It was not just about the caste. No matter we can say everything.
No, it wasn't about the caste. I sensed it this time around.
And it was not also about all the schemes that the government was rolling out. Governments keep rolling out every kind of schemes, and if governments were rolling out schemes and those were the only reasons for the parties to win, then no government will go out of power ever. It's the credibility. And I have seldom seen politicians who are aiming or aspiring to be chief ministers wanting to build credibility. That credibility goes far longer than any political outcome. A Pallavi Ghosh saying something on a television and Naresh Arora saying something on television will hold different values. Because Pallavi Ghosh comes with the credibility of journalism for decades. She knows her field. What she'll say,
I think I should hire you as my
what she'll say will be taken far more seriously than what I'll say in the field that you are working in. Similarly with politicians, if a particular brand of politics didn't succeed in Bihar and is succeeding in this cockroach party phenomena, is because probably the credibility test needs to be passed. And for that, see.
Also, I think he made the mistake of not contesting. He should have contested.
He would have calculated that if it was because he himself was campaigning, he was the face of the party. He was the face of the party. I'm just saying, I don't know why he didn't contest. But if from an outside perspective, I would say that he was the face of the party. He was doing everything himself, visibly also and backroom also. So probably we would have found it difficult that I would get concentrated on one seat and I would probably not be able to give that much of time. But yes, if he would have, that would have lent more credibility for sure. Doesn't mean that it would have made him succeed or his party succeed, but it would have lent credibility. And I've heard reports of late that he's trying to make his political contest election and by-election, which I think will add to the credibility level. Because I'll tell you, Sam, in last 2020 elections when I was working with Congress party, I had very strongly recommended the senior most leaders to contest. And the kind of small wave that was built around Congress party at that time, the 5 guarantees came to the country's addressal at that time. But they never did. Because one, they might have feared that they would lose and etc. etc. They did it this time. If they would have done it last time, the results would have been different this time. Credibility is very important. People can keep complaining about that X person is saying this and is not fulfilling and Y person is saying this not fulfilling. That is the reason a phenomenon like Cockroach Party is there. An Aam Aadmi Party MP losing 2.5 or 3.5 million followers in short span of time speaks of how people think of credibility tests. Yeah. And they were not supporters of a political party only that they were following a person. These are indications. We can turn blind eye to them. Loss is ours or the people who are turning blind eye to them. But the fact will not change. People on the ground want to see that if a political party's head is saying something, can we trust the person? It's more about the messenger than the message. And if you want to have a big messenger, build the credibility around the messenger, the message will be taken more seriously. Because in any case, you and me both know, we can say this on record, that the kind of reputation politicians enjoy in public, no, does anyone raise their children to become a politician?
Well, that's why political strategists have a nice...
political strategists, see...
That is what we're supposed to do for them.
First of all, I can tell you that you work with any politician, they don't find anyone far more intelligent than their own selves. They all think that we are in the chair, we are more intelligent because that is why we are sitting in the chair. Yes, the smarter ones would see that, okay, fine, there is something missing, we might pick up few breadcrumbs from here and from there and then we can have a more decorative outcome. But credibility tests will be far more important going forward. People don't trust politicians. Politicians need to raise their bar, and the ones who have, slightly so, are reaping the benefits.
Okay, last question. Priyanka Gandhi Vadra or Rahul Gandhi?
Gandhi family?
No, Priyanka Gandhi Vadra or Rahul Gandhi?
Both are in politics.
No, but you have to choose one of them, na?
But why have to choose
both of them come to you, who will you think is a better client? Successful client.
I don't see
a successful politician who you would want to mold.
Both in their own rights.
See, this is what you're not supposed to be. A political strategist is not always supposed to be diplomatic. But thank you very much. I know you're not going to have the Shondesh, but thank you very much, Naresh. I can just go on and on, but lovely speaking with you.
Thank you.